Hey there, are you tired of watching the same crappy show over and over again?
What is this shit?
And you tired of the woke bullshit of today?
Douchebag motherfucking cocksucker shit, motherfucking prick!
And are you tired of overpriced video games that don't work day one with overpriced DLC? If this all sounds right, then the Ninj-Yang show is right for you. All you have to do is come and subscribe, and make sure to listen to the podcast. I'll desire all your needs. Ninj-Yang, no bullshit, straight up content. The content that's right for you.
Okay, so I'm recording, Robert. So, hey guys, welcome to episode, I think 6 now, right? I may be on episode 5 or 6, but 6. Hey Robert, welcome back. What you doing?
Hi.
Hi. Anything else? Any fancy introductions or no?
I have none to speak of. I don't know what the fuck. What the shit.
Okay, that's fine. We'll work on that. But hey man, it's great to hear from you. Last time we had our own video chat. I guess you could say the audio wasn't too good, so I was hoping we'd get a second
Yeah,
chance.
I don't know. You must have did something.
Oh, I think it was just at the time that you were telling me that you didn't have your audio set up on your side.
No, it's not. I'm not recording it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe it was just me using Audacity that probably didn't work well. Maybe that's Anyways, yeah, dude. Yeah, last time we talked about some Sonic stuff, and I figured today we'll talk about a mixture of Sonic and also just kind of random stuff in games.
Nickelodeon Smash Brothers clone ripoff thing. I'm fucking really into games like that right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I played that Nickelodeon fighting game. It's pretty good.
That game's fucking dope. Did you see the new one that's coming out?
I didn't know they're making a new one. Was it that?
No, Nickelodeon. It's Warner Brothers.
Oh, I heard about you saying something about that.
Yeah,
I
that one's free to play.
I didn't think they were serious about it.
That one, I'm looking at it. I'm a little bit worried about it because they showed like 2v2s off, and it's just kind of like a casual, fucking slow-paced match.
So you're saying it's kind of like
And
a cash grab game? It seems like a cash grab game.
It might be, and I'm worried about that. I'm looking at the gameplay of it, and it feels a lot like that PlayStation Smash Bros. Game. And I'm a little bit upset because I looked at Nickelodeon, and the moment they showed me gameplay, that I fell in love with it. The Nickelodeon dev talks about fucking Project M and shit, and it's like it gets me excited when he makes a new character or he talks about the developing thing. And when I look at like the one with Warner Brothers, it's like you got Tom and Jerry. Okay, cool. Fucking Tom and Jerry. Fucking that's interest. I'm gonna get it.
Tom and Jerry.
I'm gonna download it.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. That's fucking cool to have them in there. But the thing is, it's like if I play the game and it's just like loot box shit or me having to buy some sort of battle pass and I play the fucking game and it's fucking slow and it's just boring, it's like it's gonna be a shame. It's gonna be a massive fucking shame.
Yeah.
Because I want to play that game. I want to play the game with Bugs Bunny. I want to play the game with Batman. You know, that's a cool way to fucking start your game off.
Wait a minute. Do you like Looney Tunes?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, cool, man. I'm a big Looney Tunes fan too. I normally don't find people who are into Looney Tunes. It's like, oh yeah, that's.
I just don't have a lot of the archival footage, dude. When I used to practice animation, I think I used to not rotoscope. But I used to like study a lot of Chuck Jones's shit for his timing. Yeah, because he was a pose by pose guy, and I fucking love pose by pose because that's what video games are. Video games are pose to pose. You know, there's no fluidity to it. You have the character standing there and you expect to pose. Like I fucking love that type of animation, so I studied him a lot when I was doing it. If I remember correctly, because I'm still kind of like a normie with that shit. I want to say Chuck Jones is Bugs Bunny, Wile E. Coyote, if I'm correct. I don't know if I'm 100% correct. I just remembered all the clips I get. They're all Bugs Bunny and Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, well, Bugs Bunny is a star character. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, but Chuck Jones, that was his specialty, was Bugs Bunny shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He Bugs Bunny is as simple as it comes. I mean, he's easy to draw.
But he didn't do like Daffy Duck. Other people come in and do Daffy Duck. I just don't know who these animators are.
I think the hardest character, at least to draw in the Looney Tunes world, at least from my perspective, is Marvin the Martian and maybe
He's simple.
and Sylvester. Sylvester is a bit hard.
The Tweety Birds looked like they had more like
Yeah.
artistic value put into it.
Well, Tweety Bird you just put 2 circles and add tiny arms.
No, I mean, like the shorts always felt like they had like more artistic presence. It felt like when I watched like a Sylvester the cat cartoon,
Yeah.
I reminded a lot of like the Wonder Woman Dalmatians. Like this is how the background feel like. It's very artistically pleasing. Versus like
Artistic?
Wile E. Coyote, which is just kind of desert artistic. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
artistic.
See, I
It's
think
like
the
really
autistic.
nice. No, God no.
It's like what?
No, but
Sylvester's all
like Looney
autistic?
Tunes shit is cool. Looney Tunes shit is cool. I'm a big animation nut, which is funny because I really don't like cartoons that much, but I like the process of it.
Okay, well, if you have like, since we're on cartoons, and that's an interesting topic to talk about.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Thank you getting me out of the fucking talking about like Call of Duty.
Oh, dude, we haven't been talking. That topic has been.
I want to
cool.
talk. I want to talk. Yeah, cartoons is cool. I'm totally talking about videos.
like,
Fucking fun.
you know, you gotta be thinking because I don't normally talk about cartoons because I can't find anyone who's into what I'm into, and if I am, it's like, you know, the conversation falls.
Maybe universe shit.
I mean, if I find someone who's into cartoons, it's really like Pacific. You know, it's like, and if it's something Pacific, it's like something I don't have a lot of knowledge to talk about.
Nah, see, I like cartoons like I like video games. I look at like the entire fucking spectrum and I study it.
Like, I could talk about SpongeBob all day. I can talk about Invader Zim.
Oh, fucking hot take. SpongeBob is better than Looney Tunes.
Yeah, yeah, I want to say yes, but there's also I love Looney Tunes. I mean, to me, they're both.
Look, Looney Tunes is fucking great. Looney Tunes is amazing. I won't fucking take it away from that. I'm gonna say SpongeBob season 1 to 3, the way it's written is so fucking sharp. And the reason why I feel that it works a lot better than Looney Tunes is because it has a setting. I feel that there's stakes of the characters, and I relate a lot to SpongeBob versus Bugs Bunny, where I'm just kind of laughing. Bugs Bunny cut off Florida. It's like.
But practically, if you look at,
SpongeBob, I feel like I relate to it a little.
If you look at Looney Tunes and SpongeBob, they're practically the same cartoon. The SpongeBob.
Not necessarily. You look at SpongeBob. There's a lot of nuance with SpongeBob.
I mean, let's hear me out first, and then you can say if I'm wrong or right, or in the middle. But Looney Tunes is like the old humor, and then SpongeBob is like the new humor. But it has like the same like punchline. You know, they each both have the same kind of like dramatic, each character gets injured. It's a bit over dramatic and very old school cartoonish.
See, like you're probably thinking about more modern SpongeBob because I don't see that. The only 3 good SpongeBobs are season 1, 2, 3, and maybe the movie. After that, SpongeBob died off. But the cool thing about those earlier seasons is that it created the style of humor that we still see today, and everybody, frankly, ripped the fuck off. It's the juke out, which is SpongeBob had a tendency to like play on expectations and surprise you.
Yeah, I mean,
and the translation to that is basically like it'll throw random shit at you, and it's funny because it's random shit. It's really like one of the most iconic scenes would be like the part with the Dracula.
Yeah.
Where they have, they're like saying, like, if that was you on the bus and you on the phone, then who was flickering the lights? And they cut to a stupid ass picture of Dracula holding a light switch.
Yes.
And they don't call him Dracula.
Yeah,
they call him
they
call him Nosferatu, which is like I think like the legal name of Dracula? I don't fucking know. The old timey name of Dracula.
Yeah.
And it's stupid. It's really dumb. But it's the fucking funniest shit, and SpongeBob is filled with moments like that.
Yeah.
And I feel that Looney Tunes has moments like that. Looney Tunes has moments like that. I feel you can quote a lot of Looney Tunes like you can SpongeBob.
Yes.
But
the thing about, I think
what happened with SpongeBob took it like. There you go.
Well, the thing about SpongeBob is I think it has a lot more reference. You can easily reference. Like Looney Tunes, it's like a hit and miss with some people. But I do agree.
I think it's because a lot of Looney Tunes is setting up the joke, and SpongeBob is just joke after joke after joke after joke.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it kind of comes down to. Well, not that I disrespect either of them. It's not that I disrespect either of them. It's just that like I feel that SpongeBob, like, if I had to show something to my kid, I'm gonna show him SpongeBob and show him Looney Tunes. And if I show him Looney Tunes, like I'm showing it my brother fucking loves SpongeBob. And if I try to show him Looney Tunes or Tom and Jerry, he can't sit down and watch it. And it breaks my fucking heart, but I get it. I totally fucking get it because it's kind of hard. And
or both?
Either or both.
So he doesn't get those older cartoons.
He gets them like because like shit like Big Chungus, like he gets shit. There's certain jokes in Looney Tunes that are really clever, but the problem is that it's a lot of characters kind of like talking for like 3 minutes, and that he starts to wander, and it's really fucking hard. And in Tom and Jerry, is this kind of slapstick, which I fucking appreciate, but I think like I wonder if Tom and Jerry's more appreciative than like humorous, at least by today's standards.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That I mean, I think when you said about just a moment ago about SpongeBob setting the tone for future cartoons, I actually do agree with that. Because when SpongeBob set the tone, every cartoon followed that.
I was trying to be SpongeBob.
At least tried to like follow that formula of humor.
I say they copy the humor a lot because even something like Invader Zim, artistically, very fucking different show.
Oh yeah, I love Invader
If you look
Zim.
at a lot of it, you look at a lot of its humor, it is very similar to that SpongeBob, like Girl Likes Tacos. Like it's a lot of that shit.
But
like
you
look at Girl, you look at Patrick.
Yeah,
of course it's darker. Yeah, and that's to get its own spice. It's a lot. Where SpongeBob is just fun jokes. Invader Zim has a little bit more commentary going on. It likes to talk shit about the world, and that's cool. But in terms of like who created first, a lot of cartoons were just trying to be SpongeBob, which is funny because SpongeBob itself ripped off another cartoon, Ren and Stimpy.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That show was really fucking dark.
If you look at Ren and Stimpy and SpongeBob, they're very similar how they're writing. The only thing is, and the big problem with Ren and Stimpy has a similar problem with old classic Looney Tunes in that it's two characters just sort of existing in a void. And they exist to what the situation beats them to exist in, versus SpongeBob, who has a lot of like, he lives in a certain town, he goes to a certain school, he goes to work, he has certain people, friends, they have certain dynamics, and because of that, there's moments where you relate. You relate a lot to with SpongeBob, and with problem with Ren and Stimpy, but I never really caught on too well, is because a lot of it really
is like trying to make the audience get disturbed because it has a lot of those like weird moments where it tries to be
and which is funny because SpongeBob, a lot of people say SpongeBob's very neutered by comparison. You go watch SpongeBob, they do the same fucking gross out shit. It's weird, it's strange, but it works. It works better because I think it's just like SpongeBob and his friends are like nicer people to be around than Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy are kind of like fucking Ren's a dick.
Well, and the thing about SpongeBob's friends is they're kind of real people in a way in the daily. If you actually look at them and compare them to real people,
the problem with newer SpongeBob is they took that element away, and I feel that's what hurt SpongeBob a lot. But in terms of like the original 3 seasons, I feel like every character was realistic to a sense, and it's like
so in other
SpongeBob
words,
tackled racism. SpongeBob tackled racism, and I thought that was a really cool fucking episode to have with Sandy. And it didn't feel like she was overzealous. It didn't feel like she was taking anything out of line. She was coming at it very like realistically and shit like that. And if you look at it, the newer episodes of SpongeBob, he's like a mad scientist, and it's like it doesn't have the same kick.
I know what you mean by that. Practically, what you're saying is pretty much similar to The Simpsons, where the Simpsons,
is that 110%? 110%, I agree with you. Simpsons, I don't know where to draw the stick in the line. People say like season 8, season 9, season 7. I don't know where you draw the stick in the line at for that shit.
Yeah.
But same exact thing. Like Homer used to be a fucking character. He used to have motives and shit. You used to have fear for him when he had to fucking get rid of his job at the bowling alley. You felt that shit. And in newer episodes, it's just kind of like, oh, he's stupid and he's very selfish and he likes to drink beer. And it's just like, that's kind of like, but that's core essence of Homer, but that's not all he was. And again, with SpongeBob, SpongeBob is not just a happy idiot that's just laughing or like a little kid. He was someone who got fucking pissed off. He got petty. He got jealous. He was a lot of things. And that was really cool about him.
I think one of the episodes I really like, the ones that really, I don't know what seasons they were, but there was this one episode where Sponge and Patrick got stuck in the middle of the so-called desert, and they only had a chocolate bar.
They're fighting on the chocolate bar.
Yeah. And I guess they
start turning on each other, and they try being like they got it. What's the word I'm looking for? They got it like paranoid. They were getting paranoid and shit.
Yeah, and then the other one I thought was really great, where Sandy the squirrel gets really mad at SpongeBob, and she becomes like a big giant squirrel. Like for people.
Oh, she's hibernating. She's hibernating.
And I guess SpongeBob peaks or something, and she gets really pissed off and turns into like this big hulking, squirrel thing. And then also the one that I like we called the episodes with the superheroes.
Those are cool. Those are just kind of a given. I didn't have too much attachment to like the Mermaid Man shit.
Yeah.
I think the only one I liked was like the fucking shit, fucking SpongeBob historian. I forget Man Ray. Man Ray. They're trying to teach Man Ray how to fucking be nice with the wallets and shit.
Oh yeah.
That's another good one. But I think like my favorite SpongeBob episode would have to be the one where they kill the health inspector. I think that one has a good tone to it. I feel like there's a lot of good beat to it.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's like my absolute favorite. If I had to say like a second pace that fights with it, it's the one with the Strangler. That one's really good.
Yeah,
those are two of my favorite. But you know what's funny? SpongeBob's not even my favorite cartoon.
What's your favorite cartoon?
South Park.
Which one?
South Park.
Oh, dude, come on. South Park
amazing.
I love South Park too. That's a given.
Now, I gotta be negative a little bit.
Before we go forward, I have to ask, what is your favorite episode?
Oh, fucking South Park is Free Wilsiak. A season 8, 9 one. I forget. I go look it up right now. That's my favorite fucking one. It's where the kids are at the water park. It's season 9, episode 13. I was right. Is the kids go to a water park and they go to talk to like Shamu and shit.
Yeah.
And like the telecasters, the people who are like saying, "Here comes Shamu doing his trick." They see the kid walk into the thing and they start fucking with them and start saying that "Hi, my name is Wilsiak. I live on the moon." And they start talking to the kids about rocket ships and shit. So the kids say, "Oh, we gotta save the whale." They steal the fucking whale from the Sea Road.
Yeah.
And the entire episode is them trying to get the whale back. And the kids want to send the whale to the fucking moon. And it's like the fucking stupidest, dumbest episode. I love it. It's my favorite episode.
There was this one, I don't remember the episode, but they go on another planet and they find out that planet is it's quite fucking disturbing, but it's so close to where we're at today, where they treat the guys as almost like they're used to like breed. They have these machines that milk them. I forgot. I think it was on Mars. I don't remember. It's on another planet, and it was trying to hint the idea that the male population is disposable. And they're only
I don't remember that fucking episode. Yeah, holy shit!
I have to look.
Well, you start talking. I'm starting thinking like Starting Marvin in space and shit. But I'm trying to think of like what the fuck episode is that?
I have to look at. But practically, what they were trying to hint is that they take the modern day problems of today and they exaggerate it, right? And they were trying to hint that the male population is only good for pretty much putting out kids and being a cog to the machine. In other words,
yeah. See, I do not fucking remember that episode. Yeah, I do not remember that.
In other words, all their men are good for is working, paying debts, and breeding.
Are you sure you're not thinking about the Goobacks?
No,
that's different. That's different.
No, because they had this factory was filled with guys. It was pretty much they took the we call it the sweatshop idea. But they put all guys in it, and they have like fucking machines attached to their fucking penises, and it's like it's like a milking farm. It's crazy, but it's like close to what we're living in today. And you know how the satire of South Park is.
I'm in joke mine on Mars. Hold up, I think I found it.
Yeah, I don't remember the episode, but it was.
What episode is this? No, you're right. It's an episode. I just don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah. But it takes that concept and like exaggerates it. Another one I thought was fucking hilarious is where they make fun of Jersey Shore, the TV show, and they I guess Ben Laden's in it, and they in the end shoot Bin Laden on camera on national television, and it's South Park versus Jersey Shore. Because I hate Jersey Shore. That show fucking sucks.
That was old. Yeah, it shows a lot of South Park's age. It's like how with the topics they cover, it's like fuck. That's like it felt like 20 years ago, but it's not.
But it's like South Park took all.
I think the episode you're talking about is a new episode of South Park. The one with the men shit.
Oh yeah.
Looking, I think it's the season 22 one.
Yeah, it's probably what
I'm like
it
looking
is.
at the wiki right
But
now.
that one really, like, I was like, wow, that's pretty fucking deep. I mean, it's pretty damn close to what
That's a lot.
What's up? You're breaking up, but pal. You there? Hey, Robert. Are you still there, man?
Hello?
I'm still here.
Okay, you know, something happened with the fucking mic.
Oh, I don't know, man.
No, my mic. No, it's like, I don't know, it was acting weird. It wasn't getting the voice off of it.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, South Park, you know, that episode was really deep. I was like, damn, that's pretty damn close to where
Yeah, so that was cool about South Park because a lot of it's like, it's stupid humor, but a lot of it really makes you think, and it sticks with you. You'd be surprised at how fucking much like these morals it teaches you. Pretty bad morals. I'm not saying that South Park is a good teacher. There's a lot of shit they said that's a little fucked up, but for the most part, I feel there's enough that I mean, you're an adult. It's an adult show. You're an adult.
Yeah,
you shouldn't just mindlessly fucking follow anything the show tells you. And that kind of thing, I respect it a little bit more for being wrong sometimes. Because now it's just like, it makes you always question it as long as yourself.
South Park is one of those cartoons that it's smart in disguise. It's stupid, but it's really smart in disguise. It's like, I've said this before about Beavis and Butthead. Like, I know the show is stupid, but if you actually look behind Beavis and Butthead, there's a lot of common sense in it.
Beavis and Butthead is actually a fucking critique of like the people watching Beavis and Butthead. In my opinion, that's how that shit looks like.
Well, the thing about Beavis and Butthead is that it's smart, but you know, it's hidden by it's smart, but it's hidden by.
It's very deceptively smart. I agree. It's very deceptively smart.
Yeah.
Because of the topics it talks about like arrogance and shit like that.
Yeah.
And you don't really see too much of it because, I mean, when you think about the show, you don't think about those ideas. You don't think about that type of shit.
Yeah.
But you start to sit there and watch it, you analyze, like, oh, like, they're talking shit about, like, a mayor or something. Yeah. And it shows, like, you know, fallacy and stuff like that. I wouldn't say to the extent of South Park. I think South Park holds the crown in that type of writing.
But that concept of what Beavis and Butthead was and did it better.
That I agree with. I feel because Beavis and Butthead came out first. They're both the same. They're both Comedy Central, MTV shit. They're both on the same network, so they had to take inspiration from it.
Yeah. Well, what's your opinion on two shows? I get mixed opinions on these. Futurama and also Rick and Morty.
Okay, so Futurama is the one I always have to fight against because if I like Coke, if I like Pepsi. Someone else likes Coke. If I say South Park is the best cartoon, so I was gonna say Futurama, and it fucking sucks because it's a hard argument. It's a very hard argument. Yeah, because everything I compliment South Park for, Futurama does the same thing. Yeah, the same exact thing with the social commentary and smart writing.
I just want.
Yeah, it's hard. It's difficult. I can't choose between.
I mean, I'm not saying to compare South Park to Futurama. I'm asking you, what are your thoughts on Futurama and
It's a really
Rick and
great
Morty?
show.
I mean,
It's a really great show.
I mean,
Futurama is a really great show. It's hard for me to fucking pin it next to South Park. I think a lot of what I like about South Park is just the fact that I can't even say the expansive cast because Futurama has an expansive cast. I think I just like the idea of the topics they usually they tackle more often, being more close to home, being like, you know, like the four boys, versus like Futurama, which is more existential in nature, which is cool. It's different. It's just like I think I relate a lot more to South Park. In terms to Rick and Morty, that's the one where I have a little bit more of a hot take. Where at first I really didn't like it. I remember when the show first came out, I felt that it was kind of like a generic, kind of like Adult Swim sort of deal. Yeah. Not saying like Adult Swim shows are bad, but it just kind of felt like another adult show off the. Not saying it's a Family Guy clone, but in a similar ballpark. And I think my exact words was, it feels like edgy regular show, and that's what my exact words. Edgy, because I remember my friend showing it to me.
Regular show.
Regular show.
Oh, you
the
don't
shit
like
with the
Regular
bird and
Show.
the raccoon. I do not, but the people are gonna get mad. Like what? They're like, oh, I'll get to that later. But
Yeah, for me,
yeah,
I like the earlier seasons of Regular Show. Then it just it got.
but for Rick and Morty, I did not like the original run because my friend was showing me it, and it'd be like Rick is holding like an NES card, and I'm just like, is this trying to like name drop shit? And I didn't really get it. I didn't really understand it. Then season 2 comes around. I think the shit with the Szechuan sauce at McDonald's already went full swing. And it was big enough for me to fucking go and want to watch it. But I'm like, okay, fuck, okay, so shit's happening here. This is like a cultural phenomenon kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I started watching it, and the later seasons, they keep talking about Rick as being like a god or like the smartest man in the universe. And that's the part what got to me because it became a drama. It became more about, I guess you can say like existentialism, like Futurama. But it became a lot of like ideas of being so smart for your own good that you end up lonely and have nobody you can't love. And that was like the theme of like every fucking episode and every episode built upon it. And I found that to be very fucking interesting.
Yeah.
And the jokes itself was also very fucking good. I feel like it had really good jokes all throughout. It's just that before I didn't care too much about the family dynamic. I cared more about Rick as a character and his social trauma and like his psyche. I cared a lot about Rick's psyche. And that was the hook for me for Rick and Morty. Now the newer episodes kind of got hit or miss. I think it's because people are telling them to like make it like the old season, so they're kind of caught in the middle of trying to make it like make the family evolve, make it about Rick learning a lesson, be more optimistic versus Rick's cynicism and dissecting that, which is the thing I like more. I like dissecting Rick and eventually trying to redeem him, even though he can't really be redeemed. Yeah. And I don't want to be the bandwagon because a lot of people like to say, "Oh, Rick and Morty, popular show, hate the popular show." I don't really want to be like that, even though I didn't like it when it first came out.
I actually liked.
Even with that being said,
the episodes were like there were some good ones I liked. There were some that were kind of.
It's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag. Yeah, I agree.
So I mean, I don't hate the show.
I totally fucking agree.
It's almost like each episode is random, and that either
exactly. I totally agree.
That episode worked or it didn't. So it didn't have it's like
you can't compare it to South Park or Futurama. That is, I mean, I know Futurama sci-fi too, but that is such a mean comparison to make.
Yeah. Well, and the thing too is that's an interesting thing. I've actually said this before, and a lot of people give me shit, and I think it's just out of nostalgia that people, prefer. They said because I said, look, I prefer Futurama over The Simpsons, because I think Futurama is it's better. It's a lot better. It's like pretty much what The Simpsons I thought should have became later in the episodes, but
eventually fell off.
Yeah, like Simpsons was good in the beginning, and then it just fell off, and it became more like Family Guy or American Dad to be, a Family Guy.
Yeah. I hate the report. It pains me to report that South Park is kind of the same thing.
What
now?
American Dad or
the newer? No, South Park.
I mean, more of what? Family Guy? Or
it's not that funny. It's not that funny. It's not that interesting.
I think it's just that, I think it just
the newest episode wasn't that good. There was like a pandemic special.
Oh yeah,
which is also on Paramount Plus. It's on the fucking Halo thing. It's very dry. There's some good jokes in there, but it's very fucking dry, and it's just kind of like. Well, they'll bring up like NFTs, and they won't do anything funny outside just referencing NFTs and critiquing them, which anybody can fucking do. I can do that.
Well, I totally
it's not that smart kind of writing. I love with South Park. So I feel like everything eventually determines a Family Guy. And Family Guy stood the same. Family Guy is the they're still doing what they're doing.
It's so weird that you say that because there's this guy on YouTube who does like exaggerated animations. I mean, really creepy exaggeration animations. I forgot.
I know you're talking about.
I think Meat something.
I know.
And he did a thing.
Yeah, Meat Canyon.
Yeah, Meat Canyon, and he did like a thing of Family Guy, and the whole concept behind.
See, look, I gotta talk about Meat Canyon now because look, I felt Meat Canyon. Look, Meat Canyon as a channel, I like the Ed and Eddie one. The Ed and Eddie one was really fucking good. They made a part 2 to it. Well deserved. I wanted to see the guy die. That's cool. Great. After the Ed and Eddie one, they kept making the same fucking video over and over again. It's just that this time, this one was about SpongeBob, or this one would be about like I didn't watch all of them, and they're not that
good. They're not as good as the fucking edited ones. So and you bring it up. I've seen the Family Guy. I'm searching. I'm not gonna watch it because it's the same fucking video, and I don't want to watch it.
I think the one that really kind of was fucked up, the one that I thought, damn, that's crazy, was the one with the baby in the blender, the McDonald's. Ronald McDonald.
Oh, the Grimace one.
What's one?
The Grimace one.
Yeah, the Grimace one. That was crazy. And then,
yeah.
And there was also another one where
that one had a little bit more artistic value to it. I believe that one had more thing going on with it.
Yeah,
it had more going on with it.
Frosted Flakes. Yeah, that one was.
I didn't see that one.
I actually stopped after watching. I stopped eating Frosted Flakes, man. It's after watching that shit. I was like, fuck, I'm no longer eating that shit.
Yeah, I remember watching. I'm more into Flash Kids. I'm more into that.
Flash Kids is great.
But even then, they have a lot of stinkers though. A lot of them just suck though.
But the Flash Kids?
Flash Kids, a lot of them suck.
Well, come on, the Sonic Furries were great.
The Sonic Furry one is great. I love the furry one. Whenever they bring the furry one, it's great. But I mean, like a lot of time, it's like there'll be like taking something that's popular and it is be kind of like doing like bare basic fucking jokes with it, and it's not interesting. It's not entertaining.
I think the Sonic...
Sometimes it's good. They make the Fall Guys one work. The Fall Guys one work. I think they'll do one about like Star Wars acquiring Disney, and it's just like Star Wars fans eat shit, and it's like funny question mark. Like it's not that interesting for me. I feel like that's a lot of hit and miss with them.
Was a Sonic Furry that was hilarious. Mario's racist. That was funny.
Oh yeah, that's like the crown jewel.
Yeah, and then the other one.
Oh, I have my favorite.
Was the Console Wars. That's
I didn't like it. I didn't care too much about it. My favorite one was the Destiny one. There's two of them.
Oh yeah, Destiny was great.
One.
Where they're all like...
The Destiny one, and there's two versions of it, but both of them are really fucking good. Yeah, and there's like a guy sitting there. It like says like, no, Halo's different. See, Halo has Guilty Spark. We have Ghost. Halo has Ghost. We have Tykes. It says, you already said Ghost. And he says, it's different. It's different. And they're fucking yelling. And then like Master Chief comes along and he's like chained to a fucking Xbox. It's really funny. It's really good. That's really good. I like that one a lot. That's my favorite from them. I can't pick between the two, but they're both really good. The Destiny ones are really good. It's my favorite one for them.
The Halo ones tend to fall a bit short.
Work it. Gotta the one that bites butt, so I gotta take a bite out of that butt. Fucking that was that should be fucking that was a good one.
Did you ever watch you probably don't know, these are probably way too old for them, but I'll shoot anyways. The early Evil Doc Sonic animations, you ever seen those? They're like early 2000s.
You say Evil,
Flash.
You're gonna say Evil Duck, and I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna think, oh, it's a Sonic, one of the Sonic Shorts motherfuckers.
Not Evil Duck, Evil Doc.
Was he in Sonic Shorts? If he was, I probably just know him from that.
No, that's not Sonic Shorts. This was a separate animator. They did something for a while. They were a thing in the early 2000s, and I don't know what happened. They just kind of fell off. Yeah, well, there's some good ones. I mean, I'm just saying that it's like early 2000s Newgrounds. It's odd humor. It's like.
You ever seen the Sachu one?
Masachi, yes, I have.
Have you seen the Sachu one?
I have.
Sachu,
I've seen it. It's funny as hell.
That's a real cool.
Oh no, there's something I did want to talk about. I just remembered. What is your opinion? What's your thoughts on Fairy Odd Parents?
Okay, that's a very weird one because Fairy Odd Parents was a show I watched as a kid because it was right in front of me. It was on the network, and I'll watch it. And it was probably the other show besides SpongeBob that Nickelodeon actually gave a fuck about and they actually promote. I liked it a lot as a kid. I felt it was very creative in its setup. It's basically that one Genie episode that every show has, but an entire show of just that Genie episode. It's a cool concept. Had cool characters. I'm gonna be honest though, going back to it, I critique the hell out of it. I can't watch it, and I feel a lot of its humor doesn't hold up as well as SpongeBob. It's funny because I'll go back to a lot of these old shows, and I remember as a kid, I liked Invader Zim over SpongeBob. Like I liked Invader Zim, and I go back and revisit it as an adult, and I'm like, SpongeBob is way fucking funnier than Invader Zim. What the fuck? Yeah. I probably just like the art style. So what I'm thinking with
Fairy Odd Parents, I probably liked how it looked. I probably liked the creativity that went into it.
Yep.
But the problem it has is that the jokes are not that fucking funny. And that's a big issue because it has a tendency to repeat the same goddamn joke 3 times in the entire fucking blubber nuggets. They're chewy. Blubber nuggets, they're chewy. Blubber nuggets, they're chewy. And it wasn't funny the first time he said it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be funny the third time he said it. It's like
it's
funny because SpongeBob would not only do it once, but SpongeBob actually have it be funny, and that's something I have a hard time with Fairy Odd Parents with.
Well, I've always said this before. Fairy Odd Parents is pretty much Dexter's Laboratory on crack. If you think about it, I still think Timmy's father is like, he's what do you call it? He has Tourette. I call him
See, Matt.
No, Tourette's.
See, Matt. If we're talking about fathers, dude, there's one motherfucker that's a better show than Fairy Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron. Better fucking character,
Jimmy
better
Neutron,
fucking show.
That's
Their dad.
Jimmy Neutron is a show I've kind of forgotten all the time.
That's a really good fucking show. That's a really good show. I like that one a lot. That one holds up. That one holds up really well.
Yeah, I haven't watched it for a long time. That's a show I've forgotten about. I mean, there's a lot of shows I've probably, there's a lot of shows I've definitely.
I'm like a Nickelodeon savant. That's why I like the Nickelodeon Smash Brothers game a lot. I'm a savant with that shit, so I really like looking at like all these old cartoons. Now it's funny because most of the cartoons I like are like the ones I grew up with, and I hate most of the stuff that's airing nowadays. Not that I'm saying it's bad. I'm just saying like I'm probably like dropped off animation, but in terms of like cartoons, like that, I know everything. Even the cartoons I don't like, I know a lot about them.
Well, and the thing too is, since you actually mentioned that, there's something that I do think is interesting to talk about. I can't even fucking speak today. Fuck. Is you said that you don't really care for a lot of the new stuff. That's actually not something outside, that's not something strange at all. In fact, I've heard people talk about.
Oh yeah, fucking Christ, yeah.
People talk about the new cartoons being like rudimentary. I mean, it's almost like basic as hell. Like they're simple drawings, but there's like no.
There's some complexity there, but it feels like.
If we go
like this is to me, it's a demographic thing. It's an issue of demographics. Because before a long time ago, cartoons was like, yeah, we're making it for kids, but fuck it, let's have fun with it. Let's make it for adults. So they'll stick a lot of dirty stuff in there. Yeah. Then we start getting adult cartoons, and that becomes the mainstream to the point where something like Simpsons seems very fucking neutered by comparison.
Oh yeah.
And now it's like a very controversial thing. So you have the adult thing, but if you make an adult cartoon, it has to have swear words, it has to have a lot of vulgarity, it has to have a lot of sex, and that's kind of what I saw. Rick and Morty was very systematic in that. And then you have these weird in-between shows, which I like to call, like I don't want to say like man children, but it appeals to a lot of people who are 20 years old who watch Cartoon Network that probably shouldn't be watching Cartoon Network. And that's where your Infinity Trains rely at, your Adventure Times, your regular shows.
Yeah, I'm not.
And that's where that kind of.
I think Adventure Time sucks.
Look, Adventure Time. I think if I had to say the last cartoon I gave a fuck about was Adventure Time, and it was early Adventure Time. I really liked. It felt like an instant trip. I really liked it. I really thought that was kind of cool.
I ever cared about that. That sadly was canceled. It was like it didn't even last because apparently the animators behind it was Cartoon Network didn't want to I guess they thought the show was too dark and it was Invaders Zim. Because
I just said Cartoon Network.
That was the last.
I just said Cartoon Network.
Sorry, not Cartoon Network, but it was Nickelodeon. Sorry, Nickelodeon was the last show.
I'm gonna shoot you in the fucking foot for saying such heresy.
I know, like it's just yeah.
You brought Cartoon Network, and I was just about to say like Billy and Mandy. You said Invaders Zim.
Yeah, I kind of got I lost.
No, it's fine.
But yeah, if anyone has a problem with that, I deserve that, But the last show I cared about was Invaders Zim, and after that, everything became almost like you take Adventure Time, that rudimentary style of animation, and also just the style of it. It became safe. Everything became safe. And I'm going to defend Adventure Time. Please don't blame Adventure Time for that shit. When Adventure Time came out, it was unique looking. It was its own cartoon. Beautiful cartoon. Goes against everyone else. And what happens when something gets really popular? Everyone copies it.
So that's what happened with Adventure Time.
Maybe it's just I was never
everything
into
kind
it,
of ruined.
I mean,
I thought it was like the next best thing. I don't think it beats the greats, but I thought like in terms of like progressing as a medium, this is the next.
You like
big
Adventure
cartoon.
Time, but you don't like regular show.
I get that, I get that a lot. I get that a lot. Look, the reason why I don't like regular show is because I feel all it is just spelling 80s reference to me.
Yeah.
Trying to say, hey, fellow kids, don't you know who Billy Mitchell is? And it's like me watching regular show is the same kind of feeling I get when I watch Adam Sandler's Pixels. I have the same kind of like, I guess you could say like I get like very angry about it. I'm not saying like, fuck you. Like you don't get brownie points just because you know what a Sega Master System is. I don't give a fuck. You know.
Don't be dissing Sega, man.
No, but you know what I mean. Like everything, like it really goes into like the 80s and shit, and it gets me really annoying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's really,
I like Adventure Time because Adventure Time's its own thing. Adventure Time is like an acid trip. And I respect it a lot. The problem with Adventure Time is that later on, it became one of those man-children shows where they try to add in too much story in it, and I felt that kind of fucked with its simplicity. I feel like it should grow, it should develop, but there would become a point where there'd be a character crying because their father has Alzheimer's and it's really fucking heavy, and it's like, I feel something like South Park would be able to balance that a lot better than like having the entire weight of it come down and being like, fuck. Yeah. I know for a fact that like in Steven Universe talks about rape, and I'm like, what? You can't be fucking showing, dude. Like, how do you tackle this? And you watch like an episode of it, and it's like, this is fucking weird. This is weird, dude.
But yeah, anyways, yeah, it kind of, you mentioned that, something about it's just, rape, and it's like, dang, man, that just kind of reminds me of the shit that I had.
No, but I was saying like the topics the cartoons talk about, and it's just like they try to go like on these really big topics that like it's like an adult thing, but they also want to make it like a kid's show, and I'm like, I don't think that's gonna fucking work. It really doesn't. A lot of these shows can have an issue. Some work better than others. I heard people take a lot about Gravity Falls, and that was one of the better ones. But even then, like I still watch it, and it's still just kind of like, I'm not 100% sure who this is for.
Well, like the thing about me with jokes, I mean, when it comes down to like we just been talking about just a moment ago. Look, if you're gonna make a joke, you have to.
Well, the thing is, these shows are not making a joke. These things are trying to make it like an actual issue, and it's a lot of trauma they're showing. Yeah, and I'm just kind of like questioning it. And it's not a thing with Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls, Steven Universe is like full on this.
I mean, South Park actually, I think, did an episode on that, and it worked because South Park knew what it was. It knew how.
I'm gonna be honest. I just think that like the reason why it works for South Park is South Park has good writers, and the people making these Cartoon Network shows are just not good writers. I think that's what it is.
Well, and it's just like humor. We talk about humor. I talk about humor. I said if you're gonna make a joke that's edgy, make sure that the joke is that matches the edgy. Because if your post or your picture does not match your profile, it's gonna raise eyebrows. But yeah, dude, I think that's about it right now. I think that might be a good chance to close this out, because it seems like we're talking about almost
2 hours. Yeah, it's usually like the sweet spot for that shit.
Yeah, so maybe this is.
I wish we could talk about cartoons a little bit more, but that was cool.
Oh, I like cartoons, but I don't know what else to talk about. And plus, I think 2 hours is because I still got to edit this shit too. I got to.
Absolutely.
So it would take forever for me to.
Honestly, we get better at this time. We'll just do another one. Yeah. I just hope the audio's not fucked this time.
Oh no, dude, the audio's great this time. I can hear.
Okay, just don't fuck it up. Post or whatever.
Hey, dude, I don't fuck it up. I don't fuck anything up. Come on.
You told me last time, but anyways.
I thought it was fine. I thought it was fine. Okay. Jeez, give me a freaking break here, Scotty. Throw me a bone here. Austin Powers reference.
Yeah. So, anyways, we can end it here. I'm totally fine with it.
Okay, man.
Maybe do it again next time.
I'll probably won't edit tonight because I got to work tomorrow, so I'll do it next week.
No worries.
So this is gonna take me at least a day to do it. But hey, Robert, it's great having you, even though this podcast was a bit rough at start, and it actually kind of picked up by itself.
At least it's authentic. At least we can prove to them it's not scripted anymore.
No, I don't think podcasts should ever be scripted.
It's scripted, yeah, exactly.
It's just us talking about random stuff. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Robert, you have anything to say to the audience, or you want to say anything?
I have nothing to fucking say.
No
I'm just gonna be here
fancy
next time.
closeout?
I'll say it then. I'll be here next time, and I'll say what I'm gonna say then.
Okay, man, let's end this. Later, Robert.
Later, man. Don't worry about it.
All right, you take care.